Welcome to Park Center High School for Northwest Suburban Conference volleyball action tonight. It's the Totino-Grace Eagles here to take on the Park Center Pirates. Hi, I'm Jay Wilcox along with Janae Alderson, former Champlain Park standout. And Janae, this Park Center team, a fairly veteran team. They've won 4 matches, a lot of familiar names in their lineup. So you have a lot of players who have dealt with varsity volleyball for a while, and they're kind of feeling good about their team this season.
Yeah, I just had to see that lineup. Every time you see a lot of good names, a lot of returners, you just think they have experience on their side. They know the game. They don't have those jitters. They're in here just to get the work done. They obviously just don't get in those ruts that new teams do have. As Totino, they have a fresher team, but hopefully we'll see that experience on their side light up, and hopefully for the fresher team, Totino, you just see that those jitters turn into a lot of energy on their side.
Yeah, Grace definitely a younger group, and they're also a little bit short-handed here tonight. They've got 4 players who normally would be in the lineup who are not here for a couple of different reasons here tonight. So they've had to change some things up, and I think their coaches are eager to see just how that looks here on the game floor tonight after doing it a little bit in practice.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that, but honestly, that could go one of 2 ways. You know, you have people who are ready to step up to the plate, show what they can do, so you hope you have that. And obviously on the other side, you have people who are uncomfortable with the new moves and their positions, so it could go either way tonight, but I'm obviously excited to see if some girls step up in their positions, and hopefully that's the case for Totino.
Talk about key players in tonight's match, starting with the Eagles. Now, we said they're a relatively young team overall, but one of their most experienced players, Abby Zier, done some setting for them and also will be used as an outside hitter tonight, and just passed the 1,000 career set assist mark for Grace. She's definitely been a mainstay in their lineup these last few years. And a senior for Park Center, we're going to talk about Nicole Mikkola. It's been kind of their go-to player offensively. Coach Andrea Emery talking about their team needing to get a little more aggressive on the attack side of things, but Mikkola does lead them in kills, and they want to get some good swings out of her tonight if they're going to come out on top in this one. Both teams feeling like they have a shot in this one. Again, Grace with 1 win coming in, Park Center with 4, but looking at a couple of common opponents, this one looks like, on paper anyway, that it should be a pretty competitive matchup. It's the Eagles and the Pirates, and it comes your way next here on CCX.
CCX Media, your source for great local programming, is now available on Roku and Apple TV. Our free app allows you to stream all 3 of our channels live. You also have access to a large on-demand library, including daily newscasts and full sporting events. To find the app, go to the store and search CCX and download our free app. Then sit back and enjoy all of your favorite local content. Now available on Roku and Apple TV.
And welcome back here to Park Center High School as we get set for battle here tonight in this matchup between Totino-Grace and Park Center, as the Pirates and Eagles being introduced to the crowd. And it actually is quite a large crowd, very good student section for Park Center. And Coach Andrea Emery was telling me that they've had actually really good support. We were kind of speculating that kids are, after last year not being able to come, are kind of back into the scheme of things and excited to be at the matches here. As Totino-Grace, their 1 win coming in a tournament at Mount Westonka when they swept Fergus Falls in 2 straight. They had a tough one on Monday. They went 5 with Spring Lake Park, and they also went 5 with Osseo early in the season, which, even though it's a loss, is not a bad showing for an Osseo team that's done against an Osseo team that's done fairly well this year. Park Center also played the Orioles, and they lost to them in 4 this week on Monday. But Coach Emery from Park Center was saying that in some ways it was a good sign that her team was really disappointed in how they played against Osseo. They felt like that they could have done better, and that was an opportunity. Obviously, they've not overall fared well against Osseo through the years, but they're kind of narrowed the gap, and they felt like they could have done a even better job than maybe in that one. As you see on the right there is the Pirates head coach, Andrea Emery, her 4th season, but she was telling us too, 16th season in coaching in the program. Took over for her father, Randy Olmstead, as he was the former head coach, and she's coached at pretty much every level of the team, or of the high school program too, so kind of been through all parts of it. And on the other side for Totino-Grace, Kelsey Rice, her 2nd season. We were asking about last year. Obviously last year was a weird year. Started late, much shorter season. She said it's technically my 2nd season, but in a lot of ways it feels like the 1st year, just because last year was so crazy, so hectic with all of the new COVID rules that everyone was getting used to, and obviously much more relaxed, I think, this year coming into the season.
Yeah, I can only imagine with all of those rules and regulations earlier. I mean, it's probably a breeze right now. There's our starters.
Look, on the left is Totino-Grace's lineup for tonight. And again, as we talked about briefly in the pregame, they have had to switch things up because of some people being absent here tonight. So they'll be playing a 5-1 rather than a 6-2 and some different backcourt players. And we'll see how that goes for them. And we set a pretty experienced group for Park Center. Lindsay Lee, their setter, has been a mainstay in the program now for several years, and it's great news this year when you have 9 seniors. I was asking Coach Emery, are you a little bit worried about what that means for next year, though, because obviously there'll be a lot of new players, and she said that the ones who are on JV now and everything, and some of the varsity ones who will be back, they realize that there's going to be some spots open next year, so you like to hopefully have that, see that as an opportunity for those players to kind of step up and claim those spots and become solid varsity players. And here we go. Abby Zier serving it for Totino-Grace as Park Center gets first opportunity there. Dug up by Schaefer. Pirates setting to the left side and tipped over. Nice job there by Kaylee Elfke.
Yeah, that was a really good placement. They're kind of just testing the waters as she tips it over there. I mean, you don't want to go a hard hit right at first, and you're just kind of seeing where the open court is. So that's kind of nice because later on that will open it up later for just some hard hits as the opposing side, Park Center, is on their heels. So that was a really smart move to start.
Lee with the serve here for the Pirates. That one blocked, but nice coverage behind it by Taylor Carlson for TG. On right side there, the tip near collision. Carlson scrambles back into place, and they'll send it over. Tip to the outside. Blockers were a little late, and the Pirates win a long rally there.
Yeah, that was a lot of tipping back and forth, but ultimately a power tip to the same spot from the previous play. So it's going to be interesting to see if Totino ever covers that spot up later up in this game.
Lee to serve again here for the Pirates. And that was an easy opportunity there after the set was off target and put away. So a 3-0 lead here. This one, your eyes kind of light up here if you're Kaylee Elfke is the overpass, and she found a lot of room deep. And that was one thing that Coach Rice was talking about, that we have to kind of be disciplined in the back row because we got some players that aren't back there, and we saw an awful big gap there that they left, and you have to kind of remember your spot. You don't want to be thinking too much out there, but at the same time they have to kind of be concentrating on that part of it, not have everybody looking to make plays out of their area. Carlson to serve here for TG as they get on the board. Free ball chance here now for the Eagles. Nice hustle by Lee to get to that one. And then the left-hander, Mikala, drops it in for the Pirates. A great dig really helped to set that one up.
Yeah, and it looked like trouble at first with that serve, and then Kelsey did say that serving was going to be their strong point, and they were out of system, but Park Center's block has been really impressive, getting a lot of touches early in this game that's setting them up for great opportunities right now.
Here's Zier getting a big swing at that one. Dug up there by Blomberg, though. Going to come back to Zier again, off the tape and good. So Abby Zier getting some opportunities offensively no matter where she is on the court, and they're certainly a go-to player. The first one was dug up, but this time got a little net luck there.
Yeah, you love when that net is a good luck on your side for the night.
So 4-2 PC is Megan DeZurek, the junior, will serve it here for Grace. Mikola cross court with that one, and good hustle, and they do get it over. And Dugas trying to go cross court but missed, and so the Eagles to within 4-3.
That was a really good hustle play, and honestly really great placement when she came back with the hustle play, giving it to the setter and making her play the first ball, and ultimately that led to an out-of-system play, so good for on their end.
Tough one to handle there, chipped over. The Pirates got kind of fortunate. That pass was very tight to the net and not much they could do with it, and a couple of just keep it alive type plays there, first by Lee and then tipped over by Abby Bidwell. And the block missed time there, and that'll result in a kill for McKenna Schaefer, the freshman for Totino-Grace.
Yeah, that ball was set pretty high, as well as the hitter being back row, and so that block was just a little early, and that ball caught him on the way down.
And pushed to the corner there again. Park Center having to scramble as Dugas played it. The pass was off target for Lee, and Lee, I think, close to a ball handling error there, but they say it was legal, so Mikola will serve. And Carlson's pass off target, score the point for the Pirates.
Yeah, and so it's good to see both sides getting those serves in. Obviously, Kelsey's side, Totino, they're doing really good with their serves, and they're doing everything right, but just seems like Park Center is getting those scrappy plays and just being ready for anything.
Tip to the outside, but wide of the mark there by Kaba.
Yeah, she's kind of going to the well there. They've had 2 points there so far, and honestly, if that would have landed, it looks like maybe Totino-Grace would have got it. So hopefully they're picking up on that little spot there.
Here's Dugas. That one dug up by Schaefer. And nice job. McGeehan puts it away there for the Eagles. And Coach Rice talked about wanting to be, the tempo a little bit quicker offensively. And I thought that was maybe possibly their best example of it right there. Overpass here and put away by McGeehan as she gets another opportunity. The 6'2" junior, and the Eagles fighting back to tie it at 7.
Yeah, it looks like they're really working that libero, Blomberg, and she's getting a little bit of frustration, but she seems to be handling it just all right.
Nice dig there, and Lee gets to it. Now Dugas deep to the corner with that one.
It does appear that they've been watching some footage as they've been just working that right corner, both short and deep. Either it's a push or hit or not, but it just seems like they're going line all day today. And that's great footage, that's a great play. And they just should keep doing it until it stops.
Now they've really only missed once. I mean, the placement has been very good. Eagles coming middle there. Pretty well read. Now Lee will go to Dugas right side. Too long with that one. Didn't really get on top of that one, just kind of drove it flat.
Yeah, there was no real approach. It was kind of looked like she was a bit startled, and it was also a pretty low set, so she kind of had to hurry up her swing with no approach, and sometimes you just take that from a down ball and just go and live for another day. Oh, a 5-second violation.
And the Eagles are going to take a timeout.
Just appeared that she did not hear the whistle on that one, and there is a 5-second violation if you do not serve within the 5 seconds given. So looks like they took that rule into play here.
Quick discussion. It just seemed like there was a little bit of uncertainty for the Eagles what and that they just kind of paused and didn't get back to action. So quick timeout to talk it over. And
yeah, and I believe that was a really good timeout. I mean, obviously Kelsey saw. I mean, that's one of those points where it's like you could have gotten it. That was something that probably shouldn't have happened. It's just a self-error. So it's a really good timeout just to get her girls back in order. Just tell them to calm down one bit and just take it 1 point at a time, because they are obviously in this game. It's just a really good game back and forth. So just get back there, keep relying on their serves, and just keep hustling away. And on Park Center's end, they just got to keep hustling, keep doing what they're doing, and obviously getting that line shot all the way in the corner and just keep working it. So we'll see out of this timeout if that's actually ever covered. That would be really cool to see. Looks to be a bit of confusion. I think they're just checking lineups, making sure everything's all right.
Blomberg to serve here for Park Center. And now the further discussion on the rotation here for Grace. And again, this kind of gets back to what we were talking about. Some people in new spots tonight, and again, they're a little bit short-handed.
Yeah, so it's kind of on Kelsey as well. She said that just to keep in check, keep it on order, just to basically just stay focused on your job and just make sure you just take each ball one at a time, especially when you're in a new position like this. But they seem to be handling it very well.
And Blomberg with the serve and put it right on the line. It was too close to not play it there, so Dunsmore trying to get underneath and get her platform set there, but couldn't quite do it.
Yeah, honestly, if I was her, I would have done the same thing, because if it's that close in volleyball, you have to play it, and that's the rule. So you just live for another day.
And that'll be another ace. A little miscommunication there. Schaefer played it, but it looked like they weren't sure who was going to take that one.
Yeah, and that's that communication earlier Kelsey was talking about. She says sometimes with their service team it's dicey, and it's usually just a lack of communication, and that was a good one. Just call it out first, but looks like to be a net error.
Yeah, net violation there as that pass brought Zurich into the net. She did her best with it, but she almost kind of backed into the net there. And so another point for the Pirates as they go on a run here to lead 12-8. And then Blomberg serving that one into the net, so Eagles will get the serve back.
Yeah, gave him a little bit of a break there, but let's see if Park Center can get back, and also let's see if Totino can get on a run.
Zier with the serve. And a good serve it is. Dugas, though, did a pretty good job with it. Tip toward the corner, but that one is out as Schaefer tried to give Park Center a dose of their own medicine there, but just didn't quite hit it.
Yeah, and it looks to be open, and so she honestly would have hit that in. I think it might have just actually caught Park Center at their own game.
Tia Taumua serving for Park Center. Nice dig by Blomberg. And then sliding under the net was Lee, so that's a safety thing there, and so just couldn't stop her momentum. You actually could hear her shoes screech across the floor, but she tried to put the brakes on right there.
She tried her best, and honestly, that's all you can ask for. It appears to be a net violation on number 12 on Park Center, so Abby Bidwell, and she tried her best to hit that. It was kind of a tight set. She tried to get out of it the last second, but looks like she touched it.
Lee will come to the right with it, and Elf able to scrape that one off the tape and down. So Park Center back up by 3. And Kaylee will serve here for the Pirates, one of their captains, along with Lindsay Lee. Good tough serve, but the Eagles stick with it. Then the block goes up, and that'll be a point for Park Center. You mentioned earlier, they've been pretty active blocking, and that time did a very nice job denying it.
Yeah, their block has been solid all night, and even in that set was inside. Obviously, Totino working with the setter that is new, so with the inside set, that middle doesn't have far to go, so that was an easy block.
tried to have Zier attack there, but the timing wasn't quite there, and she ends up driving it out. You could see that they just weren't on the same wavelength in terms of timing there. Oh, I'm sorry. What?
It appears to be a touch off the block. In high school, you cannot challenge a play, so that's what we're going with.
Oh, very close. Dugas put her hand up.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of changed direction, but I mean, I believe in the refs, so here we go, Totino.
Dugas comes to Lee and then back for Dugas. That one is too long, so Grace trying to get a little run going here. They're back within 2 now at 15-13. Zurich to serve. Mikkola with the swing there. And good hustle. Can they get it over?
Oh.
Yes. Eagles thought they had a point there, and then a swing for Kylie Wola, but instead a big point going Park Center's way. That point I thought was over, but they stayed with it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wola would like to have that back, but you just got to keep going, and there goes another ace for Park Center.
17-13 now for the Pirates. Bidwell serving it up, and 1 but not 2 there, and now the Eagles to within 3 again.
Yeah, and it feels like in this gym, like Park Center's kind of taken away from it, but it is only 14-13, and that is a quick 3 run, so we'll see where Totino goes. It is anyone's game.
Dugas again tipping deep. Schaefer getting to it. And here's Zier for the kill for Grace.
Yeah, Evans was just a little late in that block, and honestly, it just kind of snuck through because her left hand on that middle block was just not fully pressed over, so it just resulted in the ball ending on their side.
Tipped over here by Zier, then a joust at the net, and that's going to be a net violation against Park Center. So the Eagles now to within 1 at 17-16 as Schaefer's had a nice little run serving here.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, just like that, they're within 1, so.
Mikkola with a swing there, Schaefer getting to it nicely. And they attack right side, and Wola putting it away here for Grace, and they tie things up at 17. Timeout taken by Park Center. The momentum really has flipped a couple times back and forth here, and right now definitely sitting with Totino-Grace.
Yeah, I imagine each huddle is a little bit different than the last one as far as timeouts as Park Center took this one, but I mean, I can just imagine that Park Center's thinking, just get back into their game, tipping to that line corner for each person, as well as just getting that middle blocker to just get all the way there a little bit earlier. She's just a tad late. But on the Totino side, you obviously have a lot of players that are feeling good. They're playing out of their position and they're still winning. So you do have that little extra oomph of motivation of they're still doing this. So I'm pretty sure they're just pretty much calming nerves in there and just telling them to finish this game.
Schaefer eager to get back in and serve. Pirates had things kind of going their way for a lot of the first set, but now you can see their concern on their faces a little bit more here. Lee won't be able to get to that one as Dugas couldn't get that pass up. And Grace takes the lead back now at 18-17. It's an ace for Schaefer.
Yeah, it just seems he serves it pretty good back there.
Here's Evans with a swing and nice recovery, and Zier will send it over. Gonna come back for Evans there. Ooh. Nice block by Evans. Now Dugas ranging over to get it and will drop it in. Good job to stay with that ball and not try to do too much. She had to backpedal, and just putting it into the middle of the court was the best thing to do there instead of trying too hard to do something perfect with it. So tied up at 18. Here's Zier off the block. Lee coming to Dugas. Is that tipped? I thought it might have been yes. So it will be a Park Center point.
Yeah, you are sensing a little bit of more urgency out of Park Center, taking swings that taking swings at the ones that they need that are green lighted, and just taking a little bit off. And now they got an ace.
Nicola delivers an ace. 20-18 now in favor of Park Center.
That ball just dropped in front of the little barrel. Oh.
Free ball chance here for the Pirates now as Dugas had it blocked. Now Zier will tip. Evans was there to meet it. Dugas to the outside. Big scramble point here, so he was going to take it. They come to Evans, and she puts it away in the middle.
Yeah, that was a long play of a lot of scrappiness. It was kind of just whoever's team got to set up first, and Park Center was that team. They used that middle, very quick set, made the blockers be a little late, and she used those hands just to make a bit of discombobulation on the other side.
Here's Zier with the attack. Evans had to go right back up and just swat that one over. Schaefer did a nice job getting underneath that one, got a decent pass up, and that ball is good.
Wow.
Cross court.
That was a good shot.
There you get a look at the back and forth kind of pinball, and then to the corner. I didn't think, being honest, I didn't think it was in the first time, and I'm not so sure again. But Dugas down
there
the line.
It is. Go to your bread and butter when you're in trouble. And Dugas right now, earlier she did learn from her mistake on the right side of just going for a ball that was not a green light, and now she's taking swings on the ones that matter and is put into places on the swings she doesn't have the opportunity, so she's playing smart volleyball right now.
Here's Zier. And another point for Park Center. They go up 23-19. Timeout taken by Grace.
And Park Center's block is doing very well right now. No matter which middle's in, they are really just kind of hounding on the fact that Totino-Grace's setter is a little new, and her balls are more inside, so they don't have to go as far. So they're really harping on that and pressing their hands over pretty far. What do you think?
Yeah, they have done a nice job, and Evans has been a big part of that here of late. And Pirates, I think, smelling victory here in this first set, but still not over, 23-19.
Yeah, after that last time out, Totino did go on a 3-0 run, but it is a different scenario when you're 2 points away from winning rather than 3 points away from tying 17-17. So, and especially with the fans that we talked about earlier, they are doing great. They're doing some waves in here. We got the boys cheering for every point. It is loud, so the atmosphere is definitely on Park Center's side right now, as you can see.
Dugas with the serve, and a great effort to get to it, and then Schaefer will send it over. Great hustle by Carlson. Off the block here, Blomberg gets to it, but then put away at the net by McGee. And boy, Carlson's hustle, I didn't think there was much chance she was going to be able to get to this. It was not a good pass. Oh, into that padding. Boy, that is a tremendous point. Give Carlson a ton of credit there. See if the Eagles can kind of build on that. Down 23-20. Here's Zier putting it away for Grace. That one was one of those that, questionable whether it might have been out, but Blomberg was in a spot where she wasn't going to guess at it. And now the Eagles force Park Center into a timeout. Is the only way you can come back from 4 down is, chip away, and they've gotten the first 2. They're to within 2 again at 23-21.
Yeah, I really do like this timeout too. After just a play where it could have been out, could have been in, and it's just a lot of frantic plays right now from Park Center. So I just feel as though that was a great timeout on her part, not to get them too close, as they are very close to winning. And now they're just going to calm her players down, tell her just take one pass and just get 2 good plays, basically just 1 good kill, 1 good block, as their block has been doing great all night. So that's obviously the perfect scenario. And Totino obviously has some very good standing after timeouts too. So hopefully they do what they do best. So it's a close one. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm not going to lie.
Dunsmore with the serve here for Grace. Ooh. And a strong block put up. Pirates had to scramble to get that one over. Now they work a slide to the outside. Here's Zier. And that one is in. Blomberg last time chose to play one that was up high. This time kind of got caught watching a little bit, and it's dropped right in. This one was definitely in, not even real close. So a chance to tie it up now for Totino-Grace. But that serve will be way too long. And now Park Center with a set point chance. Bidwell checking back in, Blomberg to serve. Lee will dump it over, near collision there, but they keep it up. Bidwell had that one stuffed by McGeehan.
Yeah, that block all by herself up there. She kind of just read where she was going and put all of her over the net with those long arms and that great reach. So great on her part. Solo block.
Still a set point chance. Dugas, that was close. Free ball chance here for Grace as they try and tie it up. They work the slide and put away by McGeehan.
Yeah, and honestly, very brave on Totino's part. We have not seen the slide at all tonight, but they decided to break it out to tie it up, and that is a great move, as that's going to kind of decept their blockers, as they've been kind of just being beat by their Park Center's blockers today. So that's great on their part to get them moving on a slide set.
Here serving that one into the net. So Park Center now with another set point chance.
That one's gotta hurt, but Zier's just gotta get back over it and get a 1 pass up to the set. So that's all gonna be good on her. It's probably ideal if they serve to her, but they choose someone else.
And quickly put away by McGeehan, and the Eagles tie it back up.
Great spot. There looks like every perfect pass right now is going to the middle, and it's working very well.
Carlson with the serve here for the Eagles. Tipped over, and an overpass there, but good coverage behind it. Good block there again. The Eagles have upped their block game of late here. And then tipped over. Good work by DeZurek there with the left hand. And now it's Totino-Grace with a set point chance.
Oh, this is a good game. Here we go. And it's really nice because she didn't go to the pocket. She went behind her. So that's a great spot on the setter. Free ball.
And it come left with net. And let's see, a net violation against Grace. So Park Center will tie it back up.
This a tight game, and good on the refs. They're calling everything, and they're doing really good tonight. So props to them.
And wide with that one. So both teams have kind of traded some serving errors at a crucial time here. Dezurek to serve here for TG. And Mikkola puts it away, and we play on.
Yeah, she found that back left-handed hitter. Also, the block really wasn't ready for that, as Park Center has been outside heavy a bit as in the middle of the set, but way to switch it up and go back and make those blocker gas again.
Here's Bidwell with the serve. Ooh. Now Lee coming back to Mikkola. Wow, somehow they got that one over. Just reaction time. Evans, though, will put it away. Park Center back in front.
And once again, back to their bread and butter, just going line and seeing what happens, and it has been pretty good for them so far. And it's also nice to see a smile on Totino's faces as they get into this next point.
Dugas tipping, and it'll drop in, and the Pirates pull out the victory in the first set. And wow, what an opening set it was. Back and forth down the stretch. And Park Center wins it 29-27. So 29-27, Pirates take this opening set. We'll be right back here to Park Center High School. Great action so far and more to come.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is. Paw?
Do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
CCX Media is the first place you go for local news and sports. But did you know you can sign up for those stories to go straight to your inbox on our website? Simply go to ccxmedia.org. Click on the subscribe button, and from there choose which notifications you want to receive. Then we'll send your favorite CCX Media news, sports, and city events straight to your inbox. Sign up now at ccxmedia.org.
Welcome back here to Park Center. Pirates pulling out a thriller in the first set over Totino-Grace. And it's kind of family night here for us at CCX, and we're going to explain that a little bit. Totino-Grace coach Kelsey Belisle and our director Isaac Rice meeting a few years back. Got to know each other, and just this last weekend, Friday night, they became married, so now it's Coach Rice on the sideline for Totino-Grace. Congratulations to them, and obviously nice opportunity for them to be here tonight on the same night. Isaac's the one out in our truck punching up the buttons, giving all these great pictures and running a smooth show as always, and so congratulations to them. And the family night part doesn't just stop here either. On the other side, Andrea Emery, the Park Center head coach, there is her dad, Randy Olmstead, former head coach for the Pirates, and right in front of him is Cindy Olmstead, her mom, who has been an employee with CCX and out at our front desk and helps to program the channel and does a little bit of everything for us. So it's we haven't had an opportunity quite like this, I don't think ever, to have such close family ties on both sides of the net here tonight. So it's a special one for that, and also obviously it's a special one because it was 29-27 in that first set, and we are looking forward to more great action throughout the rest of the night. Park Center has the serve to begin our second set. Here's Zier cross court, and we'll put it away. And even though they didn't end up pulling that set out, I thought Totino-Grace looked a lot sharper and more confident as it went on. I mean, I think they're feeling pretty good, even though they're, deflated that they lost that one at the end. But I thought their play improved quite a bit from the beginning of that set to the end. Overpass here. And Schaefer will send it over. Park Center has used the tip very effectively, and Zier that time a swing but into the net. I'm sure Grace talked about that in the huddle, Janae, that we've got to beware. They're doing an awful lot of tipping, maybe adjust things just a little bit.
Yeah, I believe so too, especially there's just a lot of adjustments to do for the second game. Obviously, you have to get that line shot down as well, and there's little tweaks just to get them over to that hump.
Zier sending it over. Lee, a one-hand set there, and Bidwell into the tape with that one.
Yeah, they've been handling Totino-Grace's serves pretty well. Some are just a little tight, but I believe Lee's doing pretty good as far as handling the tight balls with her one-handed sets, which is very impressive. So that one just didn't work out that time.
Carlson, a good serve. Lee out to Dugas, had to play that one with the left hand. Not exactly the way you draw it up, but they'll get the point out of it.
Yeah, I think just right now Totino-Grace is just feeling it out again as far as just being next to each other. And to your point earlier, yes, they're definitely getting more comfortable, especially as they're starting to feel where each other are in the court, how new everything is. And honestly, it just gets better from here with their new lineup.
And just missing. Actually, a pretty good idea, I think, there, Mikkola. There was room, but couldn't quite hit the line with that one.
Yeah, very impressive. Actually, both teams, with Zier hitting those cross-court corners, and also Park Center, they're just going for those line corners. It looks like both of their coaches have really been harping on just finding open spots on the court.
Lee out for Dugas off the block.
Ooh.
And that pass, not kind of an in-between one to try and play for the setter there. Not much you could do with it. So 3-3 is Mikkola, the left-hander, serving it up here. And can Carlson do it again? That one wasn't quite as tough as that one late in the first set that she ran down. Evans pushing it to the outside. Dug up by Mikkola. Now Dugas off the block. Pass goes backward there, but they will get it over. Lee coming to Dugas, had it blocked. Ooh. Sent over by the libero Blomberg. And a long rally goes Totino-Grace's way as they'll end up winning it 4-3, or taking a 4-3 lead, I mean.
Yeah, that was just a long one, and you saw just a little bit of some fatigue on that last hit, just lack of communication. So that's all right. Just keep going and look forward to the next point.
Ooh. Oh, and Evans hammers that overpass away. She was ready. Hunter's pass getting out front, and Evans was right on top of it.
Oh.
Oh, wait a minute.
Looks like
net violation?
Yeah.
And that'll be an ace for the Eagles.
A double turn of events.
Now they look at that ace serve as they didn't have that corner covered. And that'll be another ace as it's grazed the net, and then Dugas reaching for it late. 6-3 Eagles.
Yeah, and I think this is exactly what Kelsey Totino's coach was talking about earlier, that they have strong serves, and it's coming into play right now.
And another ace there. (8-3) lead. This is about the biggest lead either team's had, I think, tonight. There's Carlson getting down to dig that one up. Dugas will send it over. Here's Zier with a swing. Evans stayed with it. Another block put up. They get it over again, and another one of those long rally points. Pirates there with the block again. Dugas trying to go down the line. I think it was wide of the antenna anyway, so point for Grace, 9-3.
Yeah, this is a big lead for Totino-Grace, and they're really handling Park Center's block way more. They have one person in the back handling the deep coverage, and they're really covering up front. So they really did learn from their first game mistakes.
And Evans misfires, and I think what you talked about too, they're taking advantage of some tough serves. I mean, they've got 10 points, and I'd say probably 5 of them have been either directly off aces or tough serves that led to points.
Yeah, that Totino-Grace was not kidding when they said they had some strong servers, and that is Schaefer's really just going back there, being consistent and putting it on them each time with just a little bit of oomph. And you also see she's playing with the deep range, short range, and just kind of playing with the servers as well. Serving is kind of a game sometimes in that way, and so she's kind of just taking it into her own way and controlling it from the back of the serving line. So it's really good to see that on the serving part, but I just feel like in Park Center's huddle, it's just going to be taking a deep breath, getting a high ball on that first touch, and just going with what you know and getting back to that deep corner shots and making sure they use their block and just pressing over a little harder to get those finishes on those blocks as well.
And it's hard to say if they kind of relaxed a little after winning that first set, or if I think it's really just more Totino was playing well.
I think Totino really just saw they could play with them after they came back from a huge deficit, and on top of that, they are out of their lineup. I mean, that's just an extra boost of confidence that everyone loves, especially in volleyball. I think in any sport, when you're out of rotation and you're just playing with your friends and you're just looking at your teammates like, let's do this together, that's when you really learn the power of how strong of a team you are.
Schaefer will have the serve here and see if they can continue the roll. It's been all TG in set 2 so far. They've scored 7 straight, lead at 10-3.
Oh, little bit of a wet spot.
Looks like we're good to go here as they'll give Schaefer the whistle and signal it in for play, and way too long. Had too long to think about it, I think, right?
Yeah, a lot of people do say when you hold the ball for too long and kind of gets in your head, especially that timeout, you wonder if Park Center did ice them. So now they're on the serving end.
Dugas right down the line there. Schaefer had to play it. Now Carlson. Eagles will come out to Zier. Now it's Blomberg taking a swing, but missing the line with that one, and Eagles up by 7 again.
Yeah, looks like we have a new outside.
Johnny Ogima coming in for Park Center here. Here's Evans off the block. Great effort to get to it. Evans, though, another block there. Zier sending it deep. Now Blomberg tracks it down. They'll get a chance off this free ball. Ogima getting down for a one-hand dig there. Oops, Zier, wow, she did a good job with a very difficult ball there. And Lee working the setter dump there.
Yeah, that was a smart play. Obviously, she saw a lot of her players were kind of hectic, frantic, as well as none of them were transition. They were trying to get back, but she kind of just took matters into her own hands and saw that open court.
Blomberg serving here for the Pirates. Lee coming to Bidwell, and Eagles stay with it. Now it is Zier putting that one away.
Yeah, I got to give props to Zier all night. She's been finding that back corner, cross corner hole where it seems like Park Center is not really adjusting to that, but it has been going there all night as far as getting that deep corner. So props to her for getting that and having that down packed as a shot. That is honestly a Big Ten D1 shot.
Bidwell misfiring there. Didn't get her shoulders rotated there. That one was, the angle just wasn't there. All Eagles again. Dunsmore serving with a 13-5 lead. Off the block and put away. Alfie with the point for Park Center, and they've got to kind of be looking to chip away now. Still down by 7, but Lee to serve here. And that pass tight to the net, and there'll be a point for the Pirates.
And yeah, that really just comes into setter knowledge. Obviously, they still working at the lineup as far as Totino-Grace, but they're doing a great job as far as their new lineup.
Ooh. And put away there by McGeehan.
Yeah, they're playing around with that middle McGeehan a lot. They're going slides, they're going back one. Some call them a B, some call them a back one. But they're just putting her a lot of places to confuse that blocker on their side, and it did help. And that block was a little late and used her too. But then we got a miss serve by Zier.
Elfie will serve here for PC. Down by 6. They won the first set in a thriller, 29-27. And there's Carlson to track it down. Lee will come out to Mikula, but a nice block there by McGeehan.
Yeah, and it just seems that Carlson is not letting any ball die, and it always starts with her hustle play just to let them live for another day, and she just let her block do the rest of the work. So great job on Carlson's part tonight. Her hustle is amazing.
Schaefer actually getting that block there. She was up with McGeehan. Here's Dugas, and that one will drop in. So Park Center right now, the best they've been able to do is kind of trade points. So they're still down by 6, but it's kind of at that point in the set with the score that it is that now they need to kind of make a little run if they're going to have a chance to win this set.
Oh.
Not going to happen that way as Schaefer gets the kill for Totino-Grace.
That's good on Schaefer's part. She did see that the block was inside, and that's still a good set block, but the outside hitter just didn't have her right hand pressed over all the way, and she just used that tool all day.
Zurich serving for the Eagles. Mikula off the block. Carlson another dig. Dugas sending it over as Zurich with the overhand pass there. Evans pushing it deep, and that'll be a point as Zier couldn't keep it alive.
Yeah, it seemed like both of them were trading deep push shots on that line shot there, and there it is as she picks it up, but then Park Center exchanged it, and they got the better end of that one.
Dugas off the block and down as Park Center trying to build a little momentum. They're down 16-11.
Yeah, Dugas is really making this block kind of to her advantage. She sees that middle blocker is not coming in all the way, and she kind of just tools that outside blocker's hands.
Good effort to get that one over. Now Dugas another swing. Zier gets a good pass up. And it ultimately leads to the kill for Wola.
Yeah, it seems like Wola did the same thing on her end, though. That block is still way inside, but it seems like they are kind of putting it to their advantage. Setter Lee is a bit of a shorter blocker, so she only has her hands over that, so she really has to be disciplined with pushing it all the way over.
Here's Zier, and off the block, and they continue to go to Zier when they get her at front row, and sometimes even in the back row. Free ball chance here for the Eagles. They got a little bunched up and didn't really fully get into that one. Now Dugas to tipping to the middle.
Yeah, Dugas had that little bit of rest on the back row, as you saw. Connie came in for her for the back row, just kind of giving her a breather, and it does seem to have done her good, as she's came in here and got 4 straight kills for the Park Center Pirates. So good to see the coach is just really kind of playing around with that playing time.
Carlson putting that pass on target. Zier had that one dug up. Evans will send it over. And Schaefer getting a swing from the back row there and hammers it.
Yeah, the Eagles are really playing around with their sets now. They're getting way more comfortable. Their middle is starting to get back sets in the slides, and they're also getting middle sets, and now they're just getting that back row really on target as the set's starting to get in place for each hitter. So they're really communicating on what their hitters want from the setter.
Lugo with a tough serve to get this point started. And Zier smokes another one home, and Totino-Grace looking very much like they're on the way to evening this up here, 20-12. And was there a touch on that one? No, it's just too long, so Grace will get the point.
Yeah, sometimes you love a good swing and a miss when it's out.
Lugo serving here, trying to keep her team on a good roll.
Ooh.
And there's Lee attacking that second ball there, and they were caught off guard, so scores the point, but at this point it kind of feels like it's just prolonging it a little bit for Park Center. They want to at least build a little momentum because it's looking like it's going to be a tall order to try and come back in this set, but Womber too long.
Yeah, and along with that motivation, getting that ball rolling as far as Park Center, it is cool to see that Lee is switching up her setters. She's also switching up, going over on 2, and what that really does is it kind of confuse the Eagles blockers and makes a little more room for Park Center's hitters and Lee's hitters just to get a little bit more room when the blocker is being a little late, being a little confused as to where she's going to set it, if she's going to go over on 2. So she's kind of just setting up her hitters just to have a better game in the future. Whether this goes to the Eagles or not, she's just getting that momentum for them, and we'll see where this game goes. You never know.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like you were saying, that even if they don't have time to come back in this second set, you still want to set the tone for the next one. You want to, play a couple good points in a row and just sharpen up heading into the next set, or whether you're, whichever side you are.
It's definitely going to be interesting to see what comes out of this timeout. Obviously, Park Center's timeout, and we'll just see exactly what put into place, what exactly good changes. Obviously, you kind of just want them to calm down on the Park Center side, just get one good touch, get that high, and just kind of rework, go back to your basics. Just go outside, middle, right side, and just tell them to swing hard and swing high and get that confidence back for the next set.
Anna Dunsmore serving here for Grace.
Ooh.
Oh, and a nice block there as McGeehan was ready there. Single block. Got up and denied it, so 10-point lead for TG.
Yeah, McGeehan is doing it all. She is blocking, she is doing slides, she's doing back ones, she's doing ones. She's kind of just being the one-all be-all when she's up there as the middle hitter.
Another tough serve there, and there's McGeehan to put that one away. And as tight as that first set was all the way through, this one has been different. Totino-Grace pretty much dominating. See if they can close it out here and even things up. Bidwell too long with that one, and that will be set number 2 going in the books for Totino-Grace as they win it 25-13. We said they played better and better as that first set went on, and they kind of control set number 2. So we're evened up now after the Pirates pulled out a thriller in the first. Totino-Grace rolling in set 2 of the third set is up next here on CCX.
tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Park Center won the first set in a thriller, and then Totino-Grace rolls in set 2. So we are even up at 1-1 as we go to set number 3 here at Park Center High School. Thanks for joining us for Northwest Suburban Volleyball on CCX as Totino-Grace's Abby Zier will serve here to begin the third. And another nice block by McGeehan as she's patrolling the middle there and has done a very nice job, especially in that second set and now to start the third. Good strong serve there. Lee sends it over, but Carlson is ready, and here's McGeehan getting a swing. Schaefer now will put it away for Grace.
Yeah, that was a really nice play on Totino's part. You have McGeehan, who's been a powerhouse in the middle, going around on that slide here, which splits that blocker. They makes them think a little bit, and you have that blocker kind of just walking over because she's unsure if that outside's going to be set. And that just adds a late block.
And this time it's Schaefer getting the block as she just got up. I don't think she was expecting that tip, but able to get her hands in position just in time there. 3-0 Eagles there. So far anyway, kind of picking up where they left off in set 2. Carlson on target with that pass, and Schaefer pounding it home. And boy, things are just a lot smoother for them than it was in the beginning of that first set.
Yeah, Jay, honestly, I was just about to comment, like their approaches, everything just seems more aggressive, more confident. Their setter looks like she just knows what she's doing. She knows the hitters very well and what they like to be set. So it really did change the tone from set 1 to now. And
we talked about how it was interesting when we asked Coach Kelsey about how's your serve, and that was one thing that she had no question about. Right away said, yeah, we're pretty good at that. And I think that's been a big factor here too. That one, of course, just as we say that, a touch too long, but it was close enough to really make him think. So that's still, even though it ends up being out, it's not a bad serve there. So 5-1, Pirates were very much into it, and their crowd was very much into it. But right now, kind of facing a little bit of adversity here. See if they can come back. And Schaefer's tip will be good for a point for the Eagles, and they go back up by 5.
Yeah, it was a great tip, but on top of that, you did have 2 players that were next to the tip for Park Center. It just looks to be that communication is starting to be a key factor here as things start to break down just a little bit, but there's still a lot of a game left to play.
Back for Zier, and she will put it away for the Eagles. Again, they've been able to, well, I mean, once you make that first pass better than they were early, you can use a little more variety in your offense, and you comment on that they've definitely been able to do that. Here's Carlson to serve. Mikula with a swing there, but it's dug up, and then nice attack by Zurich there on that second ball, and it's 8-1. Eagles right now seemingly can do no wrong. Obviously, we know though in this sport, momentum can change in a hurry.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell there's some confidence building with the setter. Has not gone over on 2 all night and decides to do it now. Obviously went in favor for her team, and obviously going to confuse some Park Center blockers as well, just as Lee was doing earlier.
Grace has served well, but that time Carlson with a serving error, and so Pirates trying to get something going here. They played very well in the first set, but struggled in the second, and so far struggling again in the third. Zurich to serve here for Grace. Lee will come to Dugas and had a net violation against TG there.
And that gives Park Center a break, and honestly, you just take those breaks and you start to just kind of fixate, start to calm down on the controllables. You kind of just go into the serving, hope it serves in, you get your passing back in order, just start from the beginning.
Schaefer will send it over. Lee out to Dugas, tipping with the left hand.
And that left hand from the Dugas has been pretty much killing him all night. So she's been really going back to her, Lee has been going back to her bread and butter here, and it has been serving all right. So they are going back to the basics, trying to get back into this game. But there's those controllables. You kind of want to see those serves in. You want to get that consistency down so you can kind of ride that wave, get back into this game for Park Center. So still a lot of game to play still, but just those little minute things that I'm pretty sure the coach is hoping will get a little better over the game.
Zier, whoops, mishits that one, and it's a point for the Pirates.
Yeah, that one was honestly just a bit of miscommunication in the set, just a little bit inside. She took an approach, wasn't all the way on top of it, and just kind of went for it. Some of those balls you just have to live for another day and pass it over. Oh.
And out of rotation there, the Eagles, so a point for Park Center. Good overlap on the serve, and now trying to make sure they've got this sorted out.
All right. Seems like they got it back in order. Oh,
same thing again. Timeout going to be taken by Totino-Grace.
Yeah, that's two big breaks for Park Center right now, and that's where it just comes in again. We're a new lineup, kind of fresh. That's so some of those points they start to sneak into this third set, but I'm pretty sure if they just clean that up and they get back into it, they'll get back in the rhythm. But for Park Center, that's a big break.
Yeah, those are the kind that are frustrating when you really just give them free points like that. And right now, Coach Kelsey getting on them a little bit, but at the same time, you want to get it back to confident too. And obviously, they know that they've had some lineup switches and all of that. And people may be being used more tonight or more in different spots than they're used to. But she did say they were, really receptive to it, and just kind of took the attitude of, okay, coach, whatever you need me to do, I'll do it. And that's obviously what you're hoping to see. But right there, you got to get that cleaned up, because that was just a couple of free points for PC. Mikula to serve. This time Zier chipping it over. Dugas to the floor to dig it up. Zier will take a swing this time. I think it was tipped, yes, off the block. So the Grace Eagles get the point. Break that little bit of momentum for Park Center.
Yeah, and you love to see that after a timeout if you're Totino. Just that confidence back, a big heavy swing from your outside, and just that get some ground under your feet. And remember, we're in this game and we got a long game to go still.
Lugo to serve. They come right side with it there, and misfired Carrie Krieger. Wasn't quite ready for that one, it looked like. So 3-point lead here for Grace. Dugas to serve. Zier getting a swing, but Blomberg is there to dig it. And ball handling error there on Eagles as Krieger kind of reached back for that one, got her palm under it.
Yeah, and I guess this is kind of that newness too. As Kelsey said earlier, they are running a 5-1, so obviously they haven't had a right side hitter back there before. It was always two setters on the right side. A 5-1 means that 3 set. Oh,
That'll land in as an ace. It wasn't too long ago when we talked about momentum can switch in a hurry in this sport, and boy, is it right now. Park Center back to within 1.
In the game of volleyball, if the ball touches any part of the line, it is in, but that is a questionable one.
And they go quick there to McGeehan, and she'll put it away, varying their speed. And that, as we talked about earlier, as Coach Rice is saying, we want to, get our pace picked up at times. We want to have the option to go quick, and exactly what we saw there. And a little luck never hurts too, as that serve will scrape the net and drop in for Dunsmore for an ace. And that'll be in for another ace. That time Park Center, they didn't communicate real well on that one, and those are the kind you kind of hate to see, a ball that was not all that close. When in doubt, you got to play those. Tough pass there, but Lee tipping it over. Now Zier off the block and good. Zier at times has tried to, a little too hard to attack, and I thought that was a smart play there. 5-point lead now for Grace again. They were dominating this third set until Park Center got a little run going. Cross court, and that'll be good. Nice placement there.
That is a really high-level shot. Just drops right back there in that back line. Goes right over the top of the blockers. It's a very good shot, very high-level shot. And it's just one point at a time for Park Center right now, just chipping away at each point.
Yeah, great shot by Kaylee there, getting up and over the block and well placed. And that one, speaking of well placed, Zier putting that one right into the corner.
Yeah, Zier has that back corner down, and that's very impressive because it's very intentional, very consistent. And at this point, you're just kind of thinking, is Park Center going to move that way when she's up there? But we'll see as the time goes on.
Zier to serve here for Grace. They lead it by 5. We're even at 1 set apiece. Oops, they were looking slide there, but a little off on the communication. And put away there by the Pirates' Bidwell.
Yeah, Bidwell kind of did the same thing in the middle, which is a little harder as it's a quick position, and she just lived for another day, stayed on the ground, and went for that corner as seen earlier by Zier.
Lee will serve her team within 4. They are, for as slow of a start as they had in this set, they're very much back in it. And now make it 3. A little off on the set there, but play goes on, and then some uncertainty there. Bidwell kind of reached late for that ball, and the Grace kind of fortunate to get a point out of that because they weren't exactly clean on their side of the net on that one either.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of lack of communication again. Still looking all at each other as the ball's high in the air, so obviously here to clean it up soon.
Ooh, and just too long there. Bidwell, I think the right idea with trying to place that one where she did, but just didn't quite keep it in. So back to a 5-point lead now for Totino-Grace. Abba coming back out, off the in. Carlson serving here for Grace. Here's Mikula off the block. They'll come back for Zier. Schaefer now getting a swing, and Blomberg's pass on target. Schaefer will try again, this time tipping to the line, but it's dug up. Zier with a nice dig there, and nice the other way as well by Lee. Long rally here, and trying to dump it over was Zurich, but didn't quite get enough on it, and Park Center wins an emotional point there, and an important point for them in this spot too.
Yeah, that just puts Park Center back within 4, give them a little confidence too, and give them a big break after a long rally. Oh!
And a great serve sets that one up as the overpass put away by Bidwell, and so now 18-15.
Yeah, it seems like serving has been the name of the game tonight for each side. It seems like both of them get on a good run. Both of them have good, strong servers on the back line, and it's just who does it consistently the most.
Oh, Park Center would like to have that one again as Mikkola trying to attack that ball. Probably would have been better off getting it to her setter and attacking from there, but hindsight's 20/20. Zurich with the serve here for Grace. Here's Mikkola making up for it instantly.
Yeah, sometimes you, as a setter, you love to go back to the person that just made the mistake, honestly, just to get their confidence back up, to show as a teammate you believe in them. It doesn't matter if you make a silly mistake or not. We just need you in the game for the next point.
Oh, mix up there for Grace.
Oh.
Ball set to no one there, and now Pirates within 2. Timeout, Totino-Grace.
It has been a back and forth night, all except for set 2. But now it's just kind of going back to the basics again. Obviously, Park Center has been sticking in there, got a couple good breaks with that out of rotation little splurge in the middle there. And from there, they've really capitalized on it. So good for them. They really just took that as, this is our point, this is our night, and they're just going back to that back line on the serve. They're taking their time, and they're really putting it on them, just as Totino has been doing with them with their serve on the back line. And really, it's whoever is getting back there first and being consistent with the serve, putting it on who they need to, and taking that ball from there, as well as they're utilizing their middles too. So each team is doing great, and it's a great game back and forth within 2. It's anyone's game at this point, Jay.
Yeah, I agree. Park Center, I think, is their serving down the stretch of this third one has been a little bit better. I mean, they were not necessarily in terms of percentage of getting them in play, but just a little bit, putting a little bit more pressure on Grace, serving the ball tougher and maybe at particular players that they want to serve at, finding their spots. So Bidwell with the serve. And dropped in there nicely, a little change of pace by Wola. Eagles first to 20 here, 20-17. Bach was just a little bit late. Pass tight to the net there, and Lee not able to make anything out of it. So 21-17 now, Grace.
Yeah, Lee did the best she could, and honestly, as a middle hitter, you kind of just have to read that your setter is in trouble, and then go from there and follow her and get that hit.
Mikkola will score it for Park Center, and they're to within 3. And Mikkola back to the service line here for the Pirates. Zier skipping it off the block there. And net violation perhaps. The net was shaking an awful lot. Yep. Park Center was a slightly delayed call, but boy, I looked down and the net was really shaking. So a 4-point lead for Totino-Grace as Lugo to serve. Dugas sending it over. Good block for the Pirates. Eagles will try it again, and that one was out way wide, and Zier trying to cut it cross court, instead hits it into the net. So 3-point lead here for Totino-Grace, but Park Center. Dugas back to serve. Zier this time getting a good swing and knows what to do with that one. 23-19.
Yeah, that was a great pass to set it up, and the setter really did a lot. It was a good pass, but it was a little off, and the setter really worked to get back there, got under it, and honestly did a side set all the way outside. So it's great setup on all parts, and Zier just, again, going back to the one person that made a mistake, get that setter back confidence in that hitter, and looked to be a great swing. Zier looks to be back.
So Grace dominated early in this set. Park Center fighting back hard, but now the Eagles in a good spot here, up 23-19. Obviously, we saw in the first set, it's not over till it's over, but obviously you'd rather be the team with 23 to your name right now. And for Park Center, you have to just think, I mean, it's easier said than done, but you have to just be thinking 1 point at a time. We can, we can win 1 point, then we can add another to it. Trying to think about getting, 6 in a row or whatever is hard, but.
Yeah, and it does seem to be after timeouts, whichever one has taken that timeout, they really capitalize on what the coach has said. So it's going to be interesting to see what Park Center does after this timeout. And as you said in the first set, you really don't know what happens at the point 23, so it'll be interesting.
Dunsmore with the serve. Schaefer digs it up. We're going to have a net violation again against Park Center. Ouch. That's a tough one. We talked about the free point earlier on the serve that Grace gave up, and a couple of net violations now, and bad timing for that for Park Center. And Dunsmore will try and close them out here in this third set. The Zurich kind of covers her mouth like, oh, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah, and it was a great idea. She had her blockers fooled. She had a hole for going for that power play. Just didn't quite get it over.
Blomberg serving for Park Center. We'll work the slide here, and there's McGeehan putting it away in style in this third set. And Totino-Grace will prevail, winning it by a score of 25-20. So the Eagles, after losing the first set in a tight one, win sets 2 and 3. The fourth set coming your way next here on CCX.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a unique mix of all kinds of things.
Come on, Drew, spot on this last one. There it is. Keep going with it. Leo.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love.
And welcome back here. Good look at what we've seen. A couple of pretty exciting first 3 sets here tonight. The first one was a thriller that Park Center pulled out. Grace dominated the second, and then the third was closer. They end up winning at 25-20. So on the road, Totino-Grace, 1 win on the season coming in and shorthanded here tonight. I think, obviously there's a long way to go. They haven't won anything yet, but I think they have to feel pretty good about the way they've stepped up here tonight after a slow start. And also something that, here's a slide work there for McGeehan. They've also kind of taken Park Center's crowd out of this, I think, too, which earlier on it was very loud in here. Pirate students were all over the place, and they haven't had as much to get excited about lately. Nice block by McGeehan. Pirates, though, stay with it. Schaefer with a swing, but dug up by Blomberg. And there's McGeehan, another block. Well, earlier on, it was Evans on the other side of the net that was getting a lot of blocks, and now McGeehan is really ranging over and doing some nice work.
Yeah, McGeehan has been all over the place tonight, as well as really that opening rally was a long one, and it's honestly the person that wins it gets that little bit of bite of confidence. So here comes Totino, ending it on a block too, and McGeehan is still doing really well in that middle. Oh, there she is.
McGeehan working the slide there. They weren't quite on the same way, timing wasn't great there, but they end up getting the point as she did a good job tipping that ball. And that's something that I think is hard for players a lot of times, is to kind of recognize that, okay, I can't attack this full on because the timing isn't there, but let's just still keep the play alive, and it's still a good play to make that kind of attack instead of swinging away and maybe putting it into the net. Lee will come to Mikala, and another block for Grace.
Yeah, and to your point earlier just now, yeah, the Totino has kind of taken over this blocking game now. As it was in the first set, Park Center was really kind of had their number, but now Totino's gained that confidence, and they're going side to side, getting blocks touches on each hitter, and that does get in your head a little bit as a hitter on Park Center. So we'll see where it goes from here.
0-2 long with that one, so Park Center, again, they started slow in the second and third sets. They would like to change that. A collision there for Totino-Grace. Still got the ball over eventually, and they get a point for Schaefer. Not the way you draw it up, to have two players literally run right into each other, but a brief moment of panic, they stayed with it though.
Yeah, you hate to see as a coach when you run into each other and players, but you love to see them work it out like that. So great communication on Totino's part.
Dugas. And she'll get the kill. I was just thinking, earlier on we were seeing Dugas, get a lot of good swings and tipping to the corners, and kind of haven't been able to get it to her nearly as much as the match has gone on.
Yeah, it does seem like Dugas has been taken out of this a little bit. And also it doesn't seem like she's doing as many shots, maybe just trying to get back into her game again and maybe just get back into her fundamentals. But it would be good to see that switch up so that the defense at Totino can kind of get a different look. And there it is. Love to see that, going line and kind of giving Totino that bit of a headspace of will she go line, will she go cross. And she does a really good job of turning her shoulder and flipping her shoulder and going down line and not showing it to the last second. So confuse the blockers, confuse the defense. Good on her part.
Bidwell serves up an ace, and Park Center evens it up at 4-4. Make it 2 in a row as the Pirates take the lead. And I just mentioned that a moment ago. I kind of had the feeling that they needed to do whatever they could to not get off to as slow of a start, because it makes it that much more difficult if you're down early as they were in the second and third to fight back. Net on their side that time, and it'll lead to another point. 6-4. Seems like it's all PC right now.
Yeah, and it's honestly, Bidwell was on the line last time when they had their little mini run in the last set when they were kind of coming back. And now it's kind of odd to see because she is in middle and she protects her position back there with no libero in. The Park Center is finding a way to do it, and that's just from the service line.
Evans would like to have that one over again for sure. Blomberg now does come back in as Grace, down by a point, will have the serve here. Zurich. And a service error. As they have the middle part of this match, they were serving really well, but then it's dropped off just a little bit here and there. That one kind of seemed like a tired one to me a little bit. Schaefer tipping there, but easy ball to get to now. Dugas. And that time Zurich may be playing a ball that wasn't hers, playing over her head there.
Yeah, and to your point, Jay, I see that too. There's a little bit of fatigue, and as earlier they said they're missing players due to various different things, and honestly that does come into play when you're running a 5-1 and you're used to a 6-2. With 6-2 you have 2 setters that are rotating in and out. With a 5-1 you only have 1 setter, so you're going to have about 2 hitters going all the way around. You're getting people who are not used to always being on the court. Now fatigue starts to set in. This has been a very heavy game. On the other side, Park Center has been subbing in and out, making sure that people rest and make sure that they have that second win for especially times like this, because sometimes fatigue can win a game or lose a game. So we'll see what's going on, especially with this new lineup and people getting used to just being on the court a lot. But at the end of the day, it's just fundamentals and discipline and who wants it more. So it's going to be interesting. It would be interesting, honestly, if PC kind of played this out and fatigue really started to set in. That would be something, but we'll just see where the game goes.
Park Center will serve as they lead it by 3. They are down 2-1 after winning the first set in a thriller. Mikkola serving it up. And a misfire there by Evans. That was not blocked. It was into the net, so 8-6. Schaefer will serve. Lee will come across to Dugas. Block was late. Score it for Dugas.
Yeah, Dugas kind of has a slow arm, a big windup, so that block just didn't time that one quite as right, and they were going down as she was hitting. As you'll see here, big windup, and they were going up and coming down when she was just about to hit, so just a little late. Oh.
And Zier will put that one away for Totino-Grace. 9-7. This one kind of has the feel more like that first set, where it looks like it might kind of go back and forth all the way. Lugo at the service line for Totino-Grace. And a nice strong hit there. Elielfti for Park Center putting it away.
Yeah, that's just, as earlier, the Park Center's middle was in, but she kind of protected her middle spot with Lanola Barrow in, but with some good serves behind the line, and that one was just a bit of miscommunication between who was back there and a middle back passer, so. Oh, now
that one was wide of the antenna. Blomberg's great serve. To be honest, I kind of thought it might have been a ball handling error on Grace there anyway. So I think maybe the right result happened. 11-7. Blomberg, another tough serve. Lee has to come a long way to get to that one, and then Taumua kind of took her eye off it there and puts that one into the net. So Grace back to within 3 as they will serve now. Dunsmore to serve for the Eagles. And a serving error there.
Yeah. It is kind of running the risk with fatigue, people kind of not taking their full time back there at the service line. And you do run that line of, with Totino such strong serves, you run that line of really skimming the net and hitting in the net or hitting out, just kind of doing that high risk, good serve.
And that serve was wide from Lee as it kind of went off the side of her hand. We're starting to see some, a lot of missed serves back and forth here.
Yeah, and that's just all discipline at the end of the day, just making sure you're doing your same routine behind the line, making sure it's the same as the first game.
Mikkola rolling that one over. Here's Schaefer with a swing. Blomberg is there. Mikkola gets another crack at it. Battle at the net is ultimately won by Dzurek for Totino-Grace.
Yeah, it's just a tight pass, and they say in the game of volleyball, it's whoever hits it last in a joust that gets the win, so that was on Totino's side.
And Mikkola will put it away there for the Pirates. Is quite a bit of space there in the middle. Grace, I think that's a ball they're feeling they probably should have gotten to. Here's McGeehan hammering that one home.
Yeah, when they finally get a good pass as McGeehan's going out, obviously you didn't see her a lot in that set because they couldn't get a good pass up to the setter, but it does seem that when they get a good pass up and it's on target, they love to go to McGeehan. So good on Park Center for getting her rotated out pretty fast.
And that set was off target there, and Zurich was there for the tip block. So 13-12, Grace back to within 1. Lee didn't handle that one cleanly, so we're evened up at 13. And timeout for Coach Emery on the Park Center side is now Grace kind of has that momentum back here, and they fought back to tie it up.
Yeah, at this moment, obviously you're seeing a little bit of, you just don't want those mistakes where there's no ball really involved or no people really involved. That one was just an own error, just a self error. You got those net errors, you have some hits into the net, and you just don't really want those. You want to clean those up. You just want to talk to your players and tell them, hey, just play good, clean, controllable volleyball and just see where you go from there. And on Totina's side, you just got to say, hey, we're still in this, and we just got to clean up our serves, really. And once we get those in, honestly, you can keep chugging along. And honestly, that's kind of how you can only get points is through serves and consistency. So we'll see which one comes out strong on these timeouts.
Reminder to go to our website, ccxmedia.org, for the CCX Sports Play of the Week. Each Monday we put up 4 new plays, and you, the viewers, vote to decide. And we've had some great response this fall and some great plays. It's kind of fun to have it back full go and everything. Obviously last fall was a little bit of a strange one, and had a great time with it so far. Here's Mikkola. A lot of room there in the middle, and she was able to get it done. Park Center.
Yeah, that middle was just kind of late on that one. She goes one false step to the outside, and that just kind of gives so much time for Mikkola to just get through that block and that hole and place it in that back corner like they have been all night.
Zier will send it over. Mikkola gets another attack here. Now Schaefer had it blocked. She stays with it, chips. Mikkola, another swing, and it was blocked. A big point there for Grace, as Schaefer doing a nice job. But keep in mind, she's just a freshman.
Yeah, as you were saying earlier, Totino is a young team, and they're looking really fresh. On top of that, great maturity as they are in different spots for the night, and they're just playing like they haven't played before, and they're just playing in a team effort. So really exciting to see where this team goes in a couple of years.
Schaefer had that one blocked by Evans. Mikkola with the attack, and will score it for the Pirates, and they go back in front 15-14. Mikkola will serve here.
Great swing by Mikkola.
Overpass here and put away by Dugas. 16-14 PC, trying their best to force a 5th set here. Lugo sending that one over. Now Dugas. Oops, overpass there and put away by Schaefer.
Yeah, there's really no communication on Park Center's end, just if that ball was over or not, and you see Lee last minute recognize that no one was really going for it at that moment. It's kind of too late, but great rally on both sides, and Park Center's really giving it to him right now. Great pass.
Davis with the tip. Carlson a little off with that one. Zier will send it over though. Now Dugas, and had it denied. Good block by Wola. it's been mainly McGeehan effective as a blocker and also Schaefer, but that time Wola gets it done. So we're even up at 16. Ooh, good recovery there. Another block though, this time Lugo.
Yeah, great on Totina's part, staying disciplined. Those hard pushes, if anyone plays volleyball, those are the most confusing and hard ones to block because they're so soft, but they're not too hard, so it's hard to block. You gotta stay disciplined with your hands.
And ooh, that ball is good for an ace. And Park Center will use a timeout as the Eagles putting on a surge. And that one mixing them up with a good placement down the line. We actually had the line judge in the far corner signal out, but that's not even his call to be making there, and they were quickly overruled. I don't think it was much question it was in, but I obviously not want to, you know, the line judges are generally people that you just kind of pull in for the night, and it isn't, you know, they're not professionals like the two officials, so that'll happen, and obviously they quickly got it right.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see what happens after this timeout. Obviously, Park Center seems to be coming out strong. Their coach is obviously saying some great things after each timeout, so we'll see what fire they come with. 18-16 within 2, so it's still anyone's game. It's a must-win set for Park Center. For Totino-Grace, they're looking for the win, so we'll see here what happens.
Davis will send it over. Tough ball there, but pushed over by Zier. Now Dugas. Schaefer read it well. Zier getting a swing off the block and good, and the run continues for the Eagles. They're up by 3.
Yeah, and Schaefer must feel good after all night. Dugas going for that back line corner. She finally picks up that one, and it results in a big point for her team as they're up 3.
Oops, Schaefer way too long with that one though, so Pirates within 2, and Dugas will serve. Good effort, but it'll be a point for Grace. Blomberg diving right down the line. Wola sending that one, and the Eagles to 20-17 lead now. Lugo will serve. And Evans from Lee.
Yeah, great on Evans, going in with that full approach, full swing. It looks like they're just going all for it right now and going to that spot that's been working all night. If they go in there with some pace, that line corner, that is a hard shot to make. And she saw that blocker, she only had one, and it was only blocking cross court. So she goes where their bread and butter has been all night.
And that one too long from Schaefer. Park Center's to within 1.
Always making this game interesting for each set, I'll tell you that.
Blomberg with the serve, and another tough one. Eagles collide a little bit, but Zier stepping up. You know she wants the ball in these kind of situations, and she delivers there.
Yeah, Zier has a very calm, cool, collected presence, and she's been consistently hitting that back cross corner. She's looks like their go-to as far as if there's an out of system or in system, but now they have 2 big hitters up there, Totino-Grace, with McGeehan and Zier. So it's going to be interesting to see which one they go to and where the blockers are favoring on Park Center's side.
Cool shot there, and Elfke drops it in. So Park Center back to within a point. That was a crucial one for Park Center, it felt like. If they, the lead started to grow even more, they're going to have a tough go of it, but now they're within 21-20. Lee to serve. Ooh. It's a good one. Zier, though, cross court, puts it in. Good recovery by Grace. They had to fight to keep that pass up on the serve, but nice job by Zier recognizing what was open there. Lee will come to the right side, and can they get to it? No, and it's 23-20.
That was a good hustle play. Park Center obviously not backing down at all. They're playing their hardest, and it's still anyone's game. So Zera's now in the back row, rotated out, but they do have Schaefer and McGeehan in the front. So still 2 top hitters, and let's see where they go with this one. Ooh,
Mikkola, big swing. Oh, Carlson had to go to the court to get to that one. Great effort back and forth as we'll start again. Now it's Zier with a down ball, but dug up by Blomberg to the net, and it'll be a point for Grace. And they're now to within 1 of wrapping this one up. (24-20) lead as Zier serves it up. Goes with the floater here. Lee outside, Mikkola off the block. I'm going to go to Schaefer, and that one's dug up by Blomberg. Mikkola, another swing, and that one was good. Pirates are not done.
Keeping them alive. Mikkola and Dugas, both of them, their biggest hitters for Park Center right now, so it's looking good for both sides. It's going to be interesting to see where this goes.
Oguma will come back in here for Park Center. I'm going to have to say she must be a good server, because this is kind of a tough ask to bring somebody in off the bench for this spot.
Yeah, oh, okay. Okay.
And that'll work.
I was about to say, it's a very interesting play, taking someone cold off the block, cold off the bench, but obviously a great server, puts it in some pace, and obviously Totino has not seen this serve all night, so they haven't figured it out just yet.
24-22. Schaefer with the swing there. Lee will come out to Mikkola, had it blocked. And they stay alive for the moment anyway. Grace. McGeehan with a swing, Blomberg is there. Dugas had it blocked, and there's match point for Totino-Grace as McGeehan stuck with it. And the Eagles will get the victory after dropping that opening set. 29-27, they come back to win the next 3. So Totino-Grace getting their first victory in the conference, second win of the season. So a very promising start tonight for Park Center, and a slow second set, and then the second and third were both pretty good though. I mean, this was for teams that haven't won a whole lot, there was a great effort back and forth here tonight, I thought.
I thought it was a very good game, well played on both sides. They both obviously had their struggles, and they both overcame both of them. I thought it was just a well-played game overall. Very strong serving game as well. You had your missed serves, but when they were on, they were very on. And honestly, it's great to see that both sides really are just looking like they're on for the next game. Park Center, as their coach said, they are very headstrong. They said after their loss with Osseo, they just wanted to just get back in the gym and do what they had to do. So it's really good to see that strong team, and they really put on a great performance tonight. And I'm excited to see where both teams go as far as Park Center having a lot of seniors and where they will go after they graduate, but also where they go in this season with all that experience. And Totino with such a young team, obviously great head on their shoulders and maturity, going through all that adversity with some missing players tonight. So great on both their teams tonight, and well done.
So it is Totino-Grace beating Park Center in 4 sets here tonight. You see the Pirates took the first, and then it was Grace winning the next 3. Congratulations to the Eagles, and hope you've enjoyed tonight's match here on CCX. For Janae Alderson and all of our crew, MJ Wilcox, good night from Park Center.